What is going on, all of you sexy, gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful gaming legends out there? My name is Tyler, aka Deathly, and this is gonna be the WBE Season 3, Season 4, Season something. Summer season. I really don't know what we want to call this, but we'll call it the summer season since we have a whopping 28 coaches available to us. And it is going to be an absolutely insane season. Things are going to get crazy. Definitely a big last final hurrah in the way of, you know, playing Pokemon on the DS. Playing competitive Pokemon on the DS. So, fingers crossed, because I'm super pumped for Sword and Shield come November. And it's going to be great. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the draft. I decided to start off. I had pick number 4. 4 out of 28. Granted, there's going to be like 50 plus picks before I got to go again. But Celesteela fell to me, as you guys have been spoiled already. And I decided to grab it. I've always wanted to run. This is going to be the same kind of mentality of my UBL draft, in which I grab Pokemon that I've always wanted to use and never really got a chance to utilize prior to. So, I grabbed Celesteela. It was probably one of the best Pokemon still left available. This thing is obviously extremely defensive, one of the best, extremely offensive as well. Well-rounded stats, poor speed, but great move pool. Leech Seed, Protect, Heavy Slam, Autonomize, can obviously double up its speed. And just kind of really helps it become more of a viable threat, especially with the Beast Boost abilities. So, having not ever used Celesteela, I am genuinely interested in what I could accomplish with it. I know it's a very, very scary Pokemon, and I have good things planned for this Pokemon, and hopefully come up with some cool, unique threats and sets using this thing. So, yeah. And in Free Z, like, come on, man. Fly Z is just going to be disgusting with this thing. All right. Next pick. Greninja! Another Pokemon I've always wanted to use. Has access to both spikes and toxic spikes, if I'm not mistaken. Great speed tier. I'm so sick of getting outsped and like having to do the mental calculations. So at 122 base speed, this thing is awesome. And I get the priority in Water Shoryuken. Unfortunately is forced to be Torrent. So no Battle Bond and no Protein. Which is, I know Protein would be a little unfair, but come on, man. Get stab off every move. Would have been sick. 103 base special attack. We have the added momentum aspect of U-turn, some priority, some great dual typing. Not a lot of, well, actually a lot of weaknesses, but also 5 resistances and 1 immunity. So, I'm excited. I think Greninja adds a lot of viability to the team and allows me to accomplish a lot and pairs well with everything else we have coming. Sorry, I just woke up. I was planning on getting this out later today, and then I realized WBE also uploads on Saturdays. So this is going to go up, and then the battle will be up later today versus Duncan. Pick 3. Speaking of momentum and U-turn, Megabee. I have never run Megabee drill, but at 145 base speed, it is literally one of the fastest Pokemon, if not the fastest. Is that tied with Mega Alakazam? Alakazam. It is not. Okay, so just shy of Mega Alakazam's speed tier. 150. That's nutty. So 145 for me. But adaptability, a 150 attack stat. And everything else is kind of mediocre, but offers huge momentum in allowing me to U-turn, stab, U-turn out at 150 base attack. Poison Jab, and just can pretty much just pivot beautifully with this and Celesteela and Greninja and just really have some sort of momentum-based core that allows me to get Celesteela in for free and then just kind of get set up from there with Leech Seeds and everything else. Next up, I picked Gardevoir, so this is going to complete... No, I still need Dragon, but we have our Dark Bug Psychic. That's not a core. Dark Psychic and Fighting, I think, is the core that the other core that people talk about. I could be wrong. You guys can roast me in the comments as per usual. But I've run Gardevoir before, but I honestly don't think I ever used it. It was like my first season ever. I think I had this in APA, and then I swapped it out for something else because I just never used it. As you can see, we're 100 picks in for my 4th pick. Awesome. But Psychic Fairy, so nice dual typing there. Not a lot of weaknesses. Strong resist to fighting and an immunity to dragon. Moderate speed tier with great special defense and special attack. Has the option for trick, choice scarfing, and just offers a solid counter to a lot of Pokemon. And it hits like a truck. So I am quite excited to use this. The unique ability in Trace, allowing me to steal other Mon's abilities, is particularly useful depending on what I'm going up against. If we can trace a Beast Boost or something along those lines to just really allow this to continue to hit like a freight train, it gets very threatening very quickly. So, and then there's also the utility aspect of being able to do Toxic or use the hell am I thinking of? Will-O-Wisp. So, lots of options, lots of coverage, and lots of great capabilities in Gardevoir. So, I'm excited to use it. And now, my first Rotom. I mean, we drafted Rotom Fridge for UBL, but this is Rotom Mow or Rotom Grass. So, I'm pretty pumped. I know Leo was kind of upset that I snagged this. He picked somewhat right after me, so I knew if I didn't grab it, he would. And this is just kind of working toward now. I have 2 out of 3 for like all 3 of the cores across the board. So Electric and Grass, Levitate, so we're getting rid of that ground immunity that it has. And then has the strong resist to Electric. And, yeah, the immunity to ground, which is awesome. Offers some additional momentum in Volt Switch that pairs beautifully with the Greninja and the Megabee drill. As you guys can tell, I'm all about the Volt turn cores, man. The Volt turn Mons, like, I just want to be able to keep momentum going, get chip off when I leave, and just rotate in and out of Pokemon effortlessly so that I can get the Mons in that I need, keep them in, get them set up, and allow me to just decimate from there. So there's a lot of new Mons and a lot that I need to get used to and a handle on so that I can learn as many Pokemon as possible. That's the end goal here after all. So hopefully Rotom allows me to do that. Has the option for Defog, Will-O-Wisp, etc. And then in Freezy is just great as well. So, Rotom guys. Rotoming it up. Then, Gligar. I've used Gligar as well as Gardevoir. Gligar is a beautiful Pokemon. A great discount comparison to Gliscor. Obviously doesn't have the Poison Heal aspect of things. Instead, it has the immunity. But Stab with Acrobatics or Earthquake, and then has options for Stealth Rocks, Defog, Toxic. Also has U-Turn for some added momentum, potentially some recovery in Roost. Eviolite is dumb powerful, and can also be run with Expert Belt and a couple of other items to increase its viability a little bit more. But typically you see it with Eviolite as a defensive utility mon, similar to P2 But P2's more of a defensive tank. That thing's stupid. And it also gets its, so in addition to its own immunity, to electric and its own momentum and U-turn, it can also prevent volt turn momentum from other opponents and with the ground immunity, or the electric immunity brought to us via ground. So 2 immunities is awesome and rarely seen. So I'm a big fan of the Pokemon. Oh, there goes my Roomba. Just zooming past in the vid. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Clean the apartment. Okay, next, Amor. Yes. Unfortunately, does not have a ground immunity, but Amor is a very interesting Pokemon. I'm very excited to use it. Great HP stat and an even better attack, and still 100 base 100 special attack as well. So a lot of potential usage there. Obviously, Reckless plays way better than going the special attack route, but there are options. Has some great coverage, stupid amounts of resistances in 6, and just really offers a lot of defensive capability with some strong offensive capability as well. So it's a nice mix. And with the expert belt added in, like, and its coverage move pool, it just gets infinitely better. I'm very excited to use this. I've heard this hyped up a lot as a great discount Pokemon, and this completes my Fire, Water, Grass core. So we have 2 starter mons, and then Rotem. So we'll see what this season brings. My goal is, heading into Sword and Shield, to just play as many different Pokemon as possible to get a better understanding of these Pokemon, and then when I finally understand everything's going to change. We're going to have like 100+ new Pokemon, and it'll all go out the window. But for the time being, it's hopefully useful. Pick 8. Tyrantrum. So Rock Dragon, this finishes off my Fairy Dragon Steel core. I was so stoked. I was like hyping myself up in the Discord that this actually fell to me, because dragons were going like hotcakes in these rounds. And as you guys can tell, I was pick 172 and then 221. Like, I had a long time before Tyrantrum came back to me, and somehow I still got it. So, stupid awesome Pokemon. Rockhead is a phenomenal ability. Allows Head Smash to hit like a freight train. Outrage, and then just some decent coverage. Can run Scarf, can run it Banded, can run it with in Free Z, it's disgustingly good. Can run it even defensively as a counter to Pokemon like Blacephalon. Slap an Assault Vest on there and just let it go to town. So I am quite excited for everything that Tyrantrum brings to the table, and just one of those Pokemon that I've just, look at it, man. And then you obviously have the setup capabilities in Rock Polish. I don't think it gets, no, it does not get Swords Dance, but it does have Stealth Rock, so offers another bit of utility potential with that as well. So I am curious to see how this plays out for the Tennessee Trubbish. Pick 9 is Coff. Again, a Pokemon I've used previously, so I really don't need to look it up on Smogon. One of the most unique abilities and coolest abilities in the game in Mummy. Offers a lot of versatility with Trick Room, T-Spikes, Will-O-Wisp. Believe it also has access to T-Wave to kind of slow everything down. It could be wrong. I don't think it gets T-Wave. I've used this for a whole season, and I don't know if this thing gets T-Wave or not. Does not get T-Wave. But it does get Trick. And Toxic. And... oh, see, we get Shockwave, because that's useful. Great at preventing setups. You can get a little cheeky with Destiny Bond. Is also great at dealing with big threats and disabling their unique abilities. It's pretty much the only mon that can 1v1 Mega Lopunny, because once you hit it, it transfers its ability, so it loses Scrappy. And then you can just kind of set up on it from there. Has the option for a Nasty Plot, again, free Z, and just offered a much-needed level of bulk that my team was desperately lacking. So I just went to the tried and true Coff, and I love this Pokemon. It's so good and so much fun to use. I'll never forget running a tract on it versus Kyle A. And last but not least, we finished things off since we couldn't get our protein with Greninja because they're crippling my boy. Decided to pick up Kecleon, who does have, it's pretty much discount protein. You know, like the great value brand protein. Great special defense stat. Can run with a Rocky Helmet, Assault Vest. Has some great priority in Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak, and also gets Stab on whatever move it uses. So hits harder with Knockoff than most Pokemon would. Its power-up punches get infinitely stronger with the Stab bonus as its attack increases. Has access to Stealth Rocks, and has a great wide variety of moves in the move pool. So, offers a great revenge killer aspect of Pokemon. And also, this one gets T-Wave, Toxic, Workup as well. Jeez. Man, there's a lot. So many Pokemon are so surprising to me that, like, if they just had a little bit better stats, like, they could just be absolutely horrific to deal with. So, oh, and Fake Out support as well. So 3 different forms of priority, and all of which get to hit for Stab. So, this is going to be a good Pokemon to kind of round out the team. But that's everything. That's the draft. So if you guys have some naming schemes in mind, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm always open to suggestions. And until next time, peace out, you sexy, gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful gaming legends.